Alright, now I am very kind of fond of this car. Maybe I'm biased because I am a Subaru driver myself. But honestly, I would say my favorite Subaru out of all of them ever made was the SVX. Second, though, is easily the Forester STI. Are you kidding me? Actually, no, the Forester STI. I think the Forester STI might be my favorite than the SVX. But honestly, like, I just cannot get over this thing in GTA. It honestly looks really good, actually. Like, here. Actually, let's bring it to the LS car meet because, yes, we were modifying this thing at the LS car meet for the first time in forever. I'm actually modifying a car at the LS car meet. But, like, I literally just cannot get over this thing. Like, it's a Forester. It looks so subtle, but, like, if you know what it is, then, oh, you know what it is. That really did not make any sense. But this was the one in the, Vinewood Car Club, so I did return it to stock. Made sure not to look at any of the modifications too closely. I didn't actually look at any of the modifications, to be honest, just a couple liveries. But even then, there's a reason we're modifying this thing at the LS car meet specifically. Like, I know the past couple cars I modified them at the Vinewood Car Club because they had Imani Tech and HSW there. But we're modifying this here because it does indeed, it has HSW. And honestly, I just love this thing for it. So let's just throw that on right now. 450k. I have like 3 million, so we're good. Let's just get all the boring stuff out of the way, like the engine and well, let's go with the suspension. I think we will do that actually. Nope. That. We'll look at the HW and the turbo, the transmission and turbo. We already got bulletproof tires on it. I already threw that on. But now let's finally get into the visuals because I am very excited for this. Honestly, I do wish that we had like oh, my throat is being weird. Okay, we're good. But I do wish that we had different front bumpers for this. I know I have splitters and stuff, but I haven't looked into that yet. Let's immediately just get right into the exhaust. So we have the stock exhaust. Oh, that RPM at high RPM, that thing sounds so sick. Like, I literally just cannot word. Then we have titanium exhaust. Why is that V2? Are these supposed to be switched? I really have no idea. But then we have a carbon exhaust, a bore exhaust, titanium bore, hexagon, secondary hexagon, and copper. I think we're gonna go with the copper actually. And then for the grill, we have a chrome wire mesh, a black mesh, secondary mesh, a chrome sports grill, that in black, and secondary hexagon grill, that in yeah, and then just the HW grill. We are gonna keep the stock grill actually. And now for the hoods, I do really like the stock hood, but let's see if there's anything else. Like we have the secondary hood, carbon hood, a simple hood minus the scoop if you want to make this thing like an actual stock Forester. The second in carbon, vented, and then we have race, heat extractor. That I feel like that looks way too fancy for what this car is. The twin intake, and then that in HW. Once again, we're going to go with the stock option because I feel like just the stock matches the car so much better. I was considering underglow. I'm not considering underglow now. I mean, I kind of am, but like, nah. But let's see what I have here. We have accent stripes, and then the stock was just that in black, but you can't really see it. So we have white, and then that in red. This is the livery the car came with. And then we have that basically in red, just with some more stickers. We have Ego Chaser, Karin Performance, Urban Fighter, Surf, and then we have HSW stuff. I think we might... I don't know what we're going to do actually here. Maybe that in white. Or we're going to throw on the livery we had before. Or we're going to throw on this livery. I actually think we're going to go... I painted this thing... It was a prismatic color before. Like when it was a chameleon color before. I think we're going to go with... How can you shut the fuck up? We're going to go with white. So that does match the best. I don't really want to go with black because they can't really see it. Then you have the mirrors, that secondary carbon and forged carbon. We're gonna keep actually, I think we're gonna go carbon. Actually, I already did the plate, but you do have the rear bumper. What does that? Oh, it has a little vent on the side. You can't really see it because the lighting and the taillights are obnoxiously bright. You have that in secondary, a tuner bumper, which changes the diffuser. We also have that in secondary. The sports tuner bumper is just adds a little indent there, and then we have carbon sports tuner bumper.
I'll jump in the next race.
I'm gonna kill Hal. Anyways, we have the carbon sports tuner bumper. That's my favorite. How I'm going to run you over. Then we have a second diffuser. I think my brain is farting. Just adds another lower diffuser. Honestly, I really don't want to go with a diffuser on this thing because none of them really work. They're trying to play this off as like a super tuner car. And I guess in a way, to some it is. But not really to me.
Make sure you check out my latest rides.
For the skirts, I really wish we had mud flaps because that would tie this whole thing together. But we do have a simple skirt, that in carbon, and secondary. Street skirt, which is like the simple skirt but has the indent. Wing skirt, and just, yeah, I'm not going to go with the skirt. That really doesn't match with this. In fact, with the splitter, I hope we could just flat out remove the splitter. You cannot flat out remove the splitter. But it can make it a lot more simple, but at the same time, bigger. So I don't really like that. The street splitter, I feel like, does maybe work the best, unless there is something else. Like a tuner splitter, I do not like the...
with the emphasis on the meat, you know? Love, real shit. But nothing too sweaty.
Wow, I hate Hal. But then we have the race splitter. That's like a split splitter. I don't really like that. Competition splitter is a no. These splitters, that's all no-goes. So I think the best we're going to do is probably the carbon street splitter. So it matches our mirrors and our rear bumper. Now we have a spoiler. You could do the secondary or carbon stock wing. The rally wing, nah. If we had like an extended stock wing, I would definitely like that a lot, but nothing else really works. For the sun strip, I guess we are going to go with a black sun strip. We already did the suspension.
I could still beat, but that shit was fire.
Okay, we're not modifying. There's no way in hell I modify my cars at the LS car meet anymore. We are just sticking to the Vinewood Club. But now, I think we're going to actually go with like a set of rally wheels. Not something exactly like that, but I do want to go with turbofans similar to that, or I don't really know. Just like it, I never really thought about the wheels to put on this thing. Hang on, actually, I have something we can refer to. I have the Hot Wheels itself, which those are 6-spoke wheels. So something like TE37s. I think I actually know the wheels that are like the closest to this. So we're gonna go put those on. See how they look. I might have to go with a different size because they do have two sizes. If you know the wheels, then you know the wheels because they are some of my favorite wheels in the game. So there's like nothing here. I guess like this could work, but at the same time, no. So they are, of course, the endos. These are basically T37s. I feel like those do work the best on this, but I don't know if we should go with the size from the sports wheels or the tuner wheels. I think the tuner wheels work. I mean, I believe that I can't really see it, honestly. I think the V1s. I think the tuner V1s were actually, see from the other side. I mean, it's hard to tell because of the lip. So I think maybe, unless the street, I think those are the same size as the tuners though, but I think they do have Endo V3s. You know what, we'll go with those. And for the color, I don't know if I should go with white. White looks good, but I don't know if I want to do it. It does match the livery though, but I think copper wheels. So like that would look the best. Or black. No, we are... I think we're definitely going to go white wheels. White wheels for sure do look the best. We're not going to do any tire... Actually, tire lettering... Excuse me. The tire lettering, I think, would look better, because seeing it with versus without the tire lettering, I think it is best if we do go for some. And that is it. So let's finally get out of the LS car meet. Just like that. Let's get out of the LS car meet. And let's finally see how this thing handles. It is like the dead of night, so I can't see this thing very well. Not to mention, it does have the obnoxiously bright taillights. I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but like it should be. Like, this should be fixed. That is way too bright. But overall, like, you can't really tell. I mean, we can tell right here. So it doesn't turn exactly well. It does not turn very well. Like, at all. It's not very agile, nor does it have good handling. But basically, if I call agility basically like the moose test. Like, if you have to switch quickly from one lane to the other, it's not very good at that. And it also has terrible handling because it can't take a turn very sharp either. It has a very large turning circle. However, I was going to give it credit on the brakes, but nah, not anymore. The brakes do kind of suck. So I think I would compare this thing closest to the Issy Rally HSW. Except this thing, I wasn't really looking at the acceleration either. Yeah, the acceleration is very slow. The launch is very slow. But once you get up to speed, you get up to speed. Hang on, wait, I know how's in here. You need a vehicle to use LS Customs. Give me a second. Alright, because I am here. Wait, did they replace how? I mean, that should be how, though. Yeah. How's usually at this LS Customs, so I guess that's a story mode thing. But overall, this thing, like, it has terrible launch, good acceleration. The top speed is fine for... Hey, hang on, let's see. Let's pull over and let's actually see how much this thing is. I think it's 1.6 million. Yeah, pretty much every car in this update is 1.6 million. Because the Woodlander is 1.6 million. The Hardy is 1.3. But then also, like, the Sentinel GTS, the trade price is 1.6 million. The Everon RS is also 1.6 million. So, like, half the cars they added are 1.6 million. Aside from, like, the Rapid GTX, which is a stupid 2.7 million. And I'm not going to take a look at it. The Suzume is a $3 million dumpster fire. I really like the Annis Hardy. I've seen it a couple times. And honestly, I don't have it yet, but I'm totally going to pick it up. But that's after we do a video on the Sentinel GTS, which will be coming soon. I think that's the next one we're going to do. Then the Hardy. Then the Everon GTS. I think that's how we're going to do it. Then we'll do the Tampa GT. And I don't know if I'll do the Minimus. But overall, like, for 1.6 million, I don't entirely know if it's worth it. I feel like maybe making this, like, 900K. I feel like that's a more suitable price for this thing. It does have a missile lock-on jammer, though, so I will kind of give it that. But, like, at the same time, a lot of cars have missile lock-on jammers, so it's not really that special anymore. But I do love the way it looks. The driving, though, it's kind of painful in a way. Slightly unpredictable. And the handling is not very good. However, the acceleration does make up for a little bit, but I don't know exactly what the top speed of it is. I'm assuming around 130, which I would say another car, I think roughly around the same price. If I remember correctly, if I remember where it is correctly, I think it's in two-door. Yeah, for cheaper, I would recommend the Monstrosity. It has bullet-resistant windows, it has HSW and a lock-on jammer, just like the Woodlander. But I would argue this is faster, has better acceleration, and the main selling point is it's so much cheaper. So Woodlander, I love it. It's not something I'll see myself driving a lot, though. It's still a great car, and if you are a car enthusiast, I would recommend picking it up. But if you want something useful, I would stay away from it.